स्टूडेंट CS506 वेब डिज़ाइन एंड डेवलपमेंट के मिड टर्म के पेपर की आपकी प्रिपरेशन के लिए MCQs के साथ हाजिर हैं। स्टूडेंट, इससे पहले भी CS506 पे एक वीडियो मैं कर चुका हूँ जिसमें पास्ट ग्रैंड क्विज़ेस जो मिड टर्म में आने वाले MCQs शेयर किए थे। अब ये उसका पार्ट 2 है, तो चलें स्टार्ट करते हैं। अगर आपने अभी तक चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया तो सब्सक्राइब करें और वीडियो को लाइक करें। तो स्टार्ट करते हैं। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन है, हैश मैप टेक्स की एज एन ऑब्जेक्ट which of the following is true regarding default result set? The default result is not updatable and moves only forward. Which of the following statement object is used for executing compiled SQL prepared statement? Index out of bound exception occurs when command line argument are not passed. Node stream fall into which category of streams? Byte. If we do not provide implementation of one method of interface in a class that implements interface, class will provide default implementation. जब हम किसी की implementation को mention नहीं करते हैं तो वो automatic अपनी default implementation को वो करता है। अच्छा, next है, if we want to handle mouse clicked, release or pressed, which of the following interface do we need to implement? Mouse listener. If we have created a DSN named or implied DSN, what will be the URL of database? स्टूडेंट ये सॉरी ये मिस हो गया, मैं चेक करके आपको, ऐसे मैं आपको गलत आंसर नहीं बताता। Which of the following is true regarding an abstract class? A class without any abstract method can be declared as an abstract class. An abstract class can't be instantiated. इसका भी आंसर मेंशन नहीं है। क्वेश्चन आप देख लें, आंसर बाद में इसका करेंगे नेक्स्ट वीडियो में। विंडो फ्रेम और डायलॉग यूज बॉर्डर लेआउट एज द डिफॉल्ट लेआउट। Which of the following is not true about constructor does not have any parameter? A class that is defined in another class is called derived class. Which driver is the network type driver from the following? Type 3. Type 1 translates all JDBC calls into ODBC calls and send them. इसका भी आंसर जो है बाद में। अच्छा, Java compiler handles both checked and unchecked exceptions by default. Which one of the following is always executed irrespective of execution occurrence? Irrespective of exception occurrence. Finally block. In ये स्टूडेंट ये 2 मार्क्स का सब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चन है। इन जावा हाउ वी कैन see the wait time for a statement object to execute. ये एक और 2 मार्क्स का है। as we know swing components are called lightweight component but still there are some heavyweight component in swing. write the names of any 4 components. ये 3 मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन है। the code given below is giving falling unwanted output. ये आउटपुट उसे है इसकी सेकंड एम्प्लॉय फर्स्ट या फर्स्ट, तो वो कोड लिखना है आपने। व्हाट इज़ द डिफरेंस बिटवीन नेम्ड एंड एनोनिमस ऑब्जेक्ट? गिव एग्जांपल देनी है उनकी दोनों की। 3 मार्क्स का ये भी 3 मार्क्स का। ओवरराइड ए पेंट कंपोनेंट मेथड ड्रा एम्प्टी इक्विलेटरल ट्राइंगल्स यूजिंग लाइंस एंड ऑरेंज सर्कल ओवर इट। ये कोड लिखना है ये उसका ओवर पेंट कंपोनेंट का। ये 5 मार्क्स का है। यू आर रिक्वायर्ड टू राइट ए कोड फॉर GUI बेस्ड प्रोग्राम विच विल डिस्प्ले बटन टेबल फर्स्ट लेबल एंड इट वुड contain any text second label would empty by clicking the button first time. First label we shift to second label, first label without become empty. ये देख लें आप, ये 5 मार्क्स का है, ये लेंथी सा है। तो सेकंड फाइल पे चलते हैं। इसका फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन है स्टूडेंट विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग फीचर प्रोवाइड द फैसिलिटी ऑफ मल्टीपल इनहेरिटेंस इंटरफेस? सेट कलर इज ए मेथड ऑफ ग्राफिक्स ऑब्जेक्ट। If we want to animate something like ball moving from one place to another, we constantly need to call paint method. If we want to call toString method of parent class in Java, which of the following statement will be say use super dot toString semicolon p. Which of the following syntax is used to create a client socket? Socket s is equal to no new socket ब्रैकेट में quotation mark server name comma server port. In order to include graphics in your Java program, it is mandatory to extend from jpanel class. What will happen if static modifier is removed from the signature of main method? The program compiles but does not run. Timer class constructor requires time in millisecond. Which of the following feature is available in Java primitive data types? Results at metadata will help you in answering the following question except how many rows are in the result set. Dash returns the element at specified position in the list. Object space get into bracket में int index. Window listener interface contains 7 methods. Which of the following driver type has better performance than other type for native protocol? Which of the following syntax is used to create a server socket? Server socket as space ss is equal to new server socket server port. The keyword this is used to invoke alternate constructor of the same class. An applet can be defined as a small program written in Java and included in HTML पेज 182 से वेरीफाइड है. Choose the correct syntax to define an interface named speaker in Java language. Public interface speaker curly bracket. Teacher Java class want to inherit from employee Java class. Keyword should be used blank space in a given code to apply inheritance class teacher dash employee. ये कोड इसमें कोड यहाँ पे स्पेस जो जगह है यहाँ पे लगेगा extends. Dash is the correct syntax to create a general purpose container myPanel. The jpanel myPanel is equal to new jpanel into bracket में new flow layout. ये is जो है option 3 इस space में आएगा the correct syntax. Java is a multi-threaded language. Which one of the following block always executes irrespective of exception occurrence finally block? Based on functionality, the streams can be categorized as node stream and filter stream. Byte codes are created and stored on disk by compiler. Static method can only access static variables or methods. Which of the following class provide definitions for all the methods? Empty body. Which of the corresponding listener interface adapter classes? How many simulation connections can be opened using TCP and UDP ports 128K? Strings in Java represented as reference data type. In given lines of code, employee is a superclass, teacher is child class, dash is applying. Upcasting teacher to employee होगी, upcasting होगी. The following is an example of ये जो है code of file reader fr is equal to new file reader input. ये example है node stream की. In the context of Java graphic, parent children method tells any component contained by the component to parent itself themselves true. Which of the following is called pure abstract class interface? Window, frame and dialogues use grid bag layout as the default layout. Exception handling code is written in catch block. Suppose strings are stored in a collection array list, get one string element stored in store in element variable string element is equal to string array list dot get I. Converting a bigger data type into smaller data type is called downcasting. Which of the following method is used to convert a string into an int value parseInt? Adapter classes have been defined for listener interfaces except action listener. Which of the following is the correct Java code statement that is used to establish connection? Connection con is equal to driver manager get connection con URL. Painting is managed by the system. No calling paint component directly is not recommended at all. True. JPanel and applet use flow layout as the default layout. Which of the following is not a method of result set object? Execute query SQL. Which of the following is method is invoked by AWT package to support paint and repaint operations? Paint for system triggers. Repaint होता है for app triggers होता है. तो repaint ऑपरेशन के लिए ये वाला, AWT पैकेज के लिए ये वाला. ठीक है. अच्छा. Which of the following name is used by the system to recognize underlying data source DSN? A database that is created in MS Access 2003 will be saved with .mdb extension. Which of the following is the correct syntax to make a person info class into a serializable class? Public class person info implement serializable. इस तरह curly bracket में class body. Insert, update, delete are DMS statement. To compare the values of two strings, equals method must be used. AWT is also called heavyweight components. Which the following method takes the place of constructor in an applet init? Which of the following method is used to determine whether a database is read only or not? Is read only. The following is an example of buffer reader. BR is equal to new buffer reader FR filter stream. If we remove static from main, then program runtime errors. If we remove string array from main, then program runtime, फिर भी runtime error आएगा. दोनों string से remove string array और remove static from main, दोनों में runtime error आएगा. Java code developed in 1995. When defining a method, you must include a throws class to declare any exception that might be. Aside from the scanner class, which of the following classes can be used to use for text file input buffer reader? Which of the following statement is true regarding vectors with no specified base type? No base type is needed because Java will use the object class as a base type. A serializable class must implement the methods. No need to implement any method. You can dash to a network using socket. Read write to a network using socket. Socket is a bidirectional communication channel between hosts. Which of the following are passed as argument to the point graphic object? The code below draws a line. What color is the line? Black. To create database metadata object, we write following line of code: database metadata db is equal to count.get metadata. Event source can have multiple listeners. An abstract class cannot be instantiated. What if we want a method of communication between two parties? The static modifier is removed from the signature of main method. The program throws an exception on compile time. What if the main method is declared as private? The program throws an exception on compile time. A member variable or method prefixed by the protected access modifier can be accessed. ये तीनों ऑप्शन है. Within the same class, within subclass, same package. A top level class without any modifier is accessible to any class within the same package. A top level class may have only the following access modifiers: public. In Java, an abstract class cannot be subclass. False. Given a one directional array, what is the correct way of getting the number of elements in array? Array.length. Which of these are valid declaration for main method? Public static void main string arguments. In Java, which of these classes implement layout manager interface? Grid bag layout. Border layout is the default layout manager for a JFrame content pane. True. You want a class to have access to member of another class in the same package. Which of the most restrictive access to accomplish the objective? Protected होगा answer. In Java, garbage collection is done by JVM Java Virtual Machine. Which of the following can be thrown using throw statement exception? A final class can't be extended. True. Java program code is compiled into form called bytecode. Overloading is compile time binding, whereas overriding is runtime binding. Which the following is modified to provide default by default if no access is written explicitly? Default. Which of the following is used for inheritance in Java extends? A collection can store homogeneous object. Which of the following syntax is used to attach an input stream to console? A file reader fr is equal to new file reader input.txt. Which frame and dialog use border layout as a default layout? There are two types of exception in Java. Which of the following belongs to a category of checked exception, IO exception? Which of the following exception belong to category of unchecked exception, null pointer exception? All are the exceptions and errors in Java are inherited from throwable class. Exception must be handled while handling file, otherwise it may lead to runtime error. Which of the following package needs to be imported while handling files java.io? The classes which contain the word stream are byte oriented. Which of the following stream read write data in the form of bytes file input stream? An instance of abstract level class cannot be created. True. The relationship between class and interface is called respond to relationship. Which of the following is true about abstract class? A class without any abstract method can be declared as an abstract class. Which of the following stream is a filter stream per buffer reader stream? Which of the following is true about AWS swing component? AWT component create process whereas swing component creates a thread. Which of the following is a general purpose container? JPanel. Border layout divides the area into region 5. Which of the following function will be used to register event handler with event generator add action listener? If a class needs to handle events generated by button, then which of the following interface class needs to implement action listener? Which of the following function is declared in mouse listener interface? Public void mouse dragged mouse event me. Window listener interface contains methods, 7 methods. Mouse events can be trapped for तीनों के लिए JPanel, JFrame, JButton तीनों for all GUI component. Which of the following package needs to import while interacting with relation database java.sql? DSN stands for data source name. Which of the following method is used to execute SQL select SQL statement? Execute query into SQL. अच्छा create alter drop or DDS SQL statement. Which of the following method is used to execute insert update delete statement execute update? Which of the following statement object is used to execute stored procedure callable statement? Hash map takes key as an object. To create database metadata, which other is right following line of code? Database metadata db is equal content get metadata. Which of the following methods are invoked by the AWT to support paint or repaint operation paint? If a class method is protected when then override method must be public. Aside from the scanner class, which of the following class can be used for the text file input buffer reader? Which of the following feature provide facility for multiple inheritance interface? A collection API are defined in java.sql package. A class that is defined in another class is called inner class. Person DSN URL string con URL इसका ये कोड लिखना. Which database allows us to work having close connection SQL? If a JPanel has a triangle drawn on it, which of the following method will display it? Paint component. Window adapter class implement window listener interface provide the definition of all methods inside window listener interface. Event handle is the three-step process. Which of the following is not the method or result set metadata class previous method? The code generate following output. ये code a student S1 S2 S3 ये variable $1 is equal to new student $2 is equal to new student 1 इसका ये output 1 आएगी. An exception in Java is represented as object. Window frame dialogs use as flow layout for the default layout. A dash is hash map is associated with each object that is stored key, a queue in hash map. Which is the following must be used to compare the values of two string equals method? Port and transport address to which process can for connection request listen? From following which is the main reason that enter the thread into dead state both A and B? From the following which approach is used in Java to create threads both interface and inheritance? Which of the following is a type of Java web application technology? ये तीनों ही हैं, JSTL, JSF, JSP, all of. If an applet class definition, the init method takes, इसमें init आएगा, init method takes the class of the constructor. Start में init method use from following classes, which one can't be instantiated abstract class? Java provide overriding, int x is equal to 7 by 2, semicolon, value of x is 3, डेसिमल पार्ट जो होता है वो उसमें ट्रंकेट हो जाएगा. अच्छा, फ्रॉम विच ऑब्जेक्ट डू यू आस्क फॉर डाटाबेस मेटाडाटा कनेक्शन? विच मेथड मस्ट बी serializable class implement? It must always implement both read object and write object. अच्छा, final class can't be extend true. Which of the following interface need to implement while creating threads? Runnable. Which of the following method needs to override while handling threads in Java? Run method. Which of the following range of response code signify error by server? Error by server के लिए 500 into 599. Which of the following method allows any other thread of same priority to execute? Yield method. Which of the following problem occurs with lower priority threads? Starvation की problem है. Which of the following approach is used to create threads in Java? Both inheritance and interface. Which of the following range of code indicates the request was successful? 200 to 299 successful होगी. Which of the following method of an applet is called every time when page is minimized? Stop का method. Which of the following statements is true regarding paint component? If first paint the background then perform custom painting. Which of the following is not true for an applet? They have no access to the client's file system. Which of the following syntax is used to get result set the metadata object? ये होगा result set metadata md is equal to r dot get metadata. Get column count is a method of result set metadata object का ये method है. Which of the following method is used to move the cursor to given row number? Absolute int. Which of the following statement object is used to execute simple SQL statement? Java defines adapter classes for the listener interface having more than one event handling methods. Which of the following object is passed as an argument to paint component method? Graphic object. Previous is the method of result set. Is read only the method of result set metadata object. Get request method gets information from a client and post request method posts data to a client. False. Which of the following methods of graphic object is used to draw rectangle? Draw rectangle 10 10 20 20 coordinates. Which of the following is modifier to provide default if no access is written explicitly? Default. FTP file transmission protocol works on 21 port. Which of the following is not true for Java inner class is generally used as public utility class? Which statement from the following statement is true about a Java? तीनों ऑप्शन है. Anonymous inner class के लिए. It is difficult to understand, has no name, much shorter. अच्छा, while running through following exception Java example.java class on command line without passing command line argument give. ये कोड है तो ये इसमें कौन सा देगा? अब सेक्शन का रे इंडेक्स आउट ऑफ बाउंड एक्सेप्शन का मैसेज आएगा इस कोड से. Let's suppose a column has index 5 in the result setup here. Which of the following statements is used to retrieve the column values? String names rs.get string 5. Which of the following stream is a byte oriented stream? File input stream. Which of the following statement is true about primitive data type and reference data type? Primitive data types are created on stack whereas references are created on heap. Which command of the following command is used to compile Java test? Java file code javec space java test.java. Interface imposes design structure on any class that uses. Which of the following not true about paint component method? Tells the component border, if any, to the paint. An object of student Java class is creating and setting its value in test.java class dash error. तो set name method should not be accessed by arrow operator. ये इसमें होगा. The mouse dragged and mouse moved method defined in mouse motion listener class. For a programmer, the event handling is a 3-step process in terms of code. Which of the following not event handling? इनमें पब्लिश इवेंट नहीं होता, जनरेट इवेंट भी होता, हैंडल ये होता। विच फीचर ऑफ द फॉलोइंग फीचर डज नॉट प्रोवाइड जावा फंक्शन ओवरराइडिंग? बाइट कोड और इनपुट आर पुट इन मेमोरी बाय क्लास लोडर। The following code creates a star and starts a timer that fires an action event once. ये कोड है। स्टार्ट टाइम फॉर द एक्शन वंस पर सेकंड, पर के आगे सेकंड आएगा। CMD argument Java class is compiled if the command argument CS506 run in command CMD. What will be the output of given code? ये this is the code, इसमें आएगा syntax error. Which of the following function is created in mouse motion listener interface? Public void mouse dragged mouse event me. To make sure array access is touch only the memory allocated to them, JVM does a dynamic checking at turn time. A hash map object is created to store teacher object of values their CNS in the form of string array, which syntax is correct for their requirement. Hash map less than string, teacher greater than hash is equal to new hash, this one. A scroll when updatable result set object has the following capability except insert new columns. With the following classes is capable to instantiate concrete class. It is verified by bytecode verify that not all the bytecode violate Java security restriction. An event in Java is represented as object. In given line of code is applying double A is equal to 9.5 int B is equal to int. इसमें होगा downcasting A to B type. The dash is directly connected with keyword not same. For each class contained in Java source file, compiler generates one. In given line of code, upcasting is applying. ये जो कोड है int is equal to double B is equal to A. इसमें आप देख रहे हैं A से फिर A पे एंड हो रहा है, A से स्टार्ट A पे एंड, upcasting A to B होगी. Which of the following method only once during the life cycle of an applet? Destroy और init सिर्फ एक दफ़ा होते हैं, init शुरू में, destroy एंड में. If there is a class student, then the Java file must be saved with student.java. Which feature of the following feature not included? Java language में कौन सा नहीं होता? Pointer manipulation नहीं होता. Which of the following is a valid variable name in Java? Number of student. A port is a local address to which possesses can listen for connection. Which of the following statement is the correct statement for mouseless release event? Mouse motion listener में, public void mouse release mouse event में. Which of the following will clear all the previous painting? Super.paint component. Dash is not part of Java core language. Array list class जो होती है not part होती है, Java में नहीं होती. Constructor in a class collection class creates a collection with no elements. Double equal to operator compares addresses of strings, whereas equals method equals जो का जो मेथड है वो कंपेयर करता है वैल्यूज़. इक्वल ये इक्वल्स मेथड वैल्यूज़ के लिए, डबल इक्वल टू मेथड एड्रेसेस के लिए. Assume that we do not want to initialize the phone number attribute of person class. This is done by transient string phone number semicolon. Java program code is compiled into a form called bytecode. You must include a throws class to declare exception. In the context of Java graph, which of the following method used for override while painting? Paint का method जो है. Which of the following feature is not available in Java? Multiple inheritance नहीं होती. बाकी ये तीनों चीज़ें डाटा हाइडिंग होती है, एनकैप्सुलेशन भी होती है, सिंगल इनहेरिटेंस, मल्टीपल इनहेरिटेंस जावा में नहीं होती. Which of the following is the correct registration method for focus listener? Add focus listener. Which of the following statement object are used to execute using same query multiple times, only changing parameter? Puppet statement. Array list is an example of second sequence based collection type की example है array list. Output of the given sum text test function, ये कोड है. public void sum text का कंस्ट्रक्टर करली ब्रैकेट में इन टेक्स्ट का वेरिएबल सिस्टम डॉट पोर्ट डॉट, ये आउटपुट में क्या आएगा? कंपाइल टाइम एरर आ जाएगा. HTTP वर्क्स ऑन पोर्ट 80. HTTP जो है 80 नंबर की पोर्ट पे वो काम करता है. Dash is the correct center get component area of my frame top level container. ये आएगा container C is equal to my frame dot get content page. Content pane. How many methods are there in a serializable interface? Zero. Which of the following is not a method of mouse listener interface? Moved नहीं होता. Press भी होता है, click भी होता है, release भी होता है, move नहीं होता. Which of the given method is declared a mouse listener interface में? Mouse pressed. अच्छा. In editor, Java program are created while stored on disk. The following are the code statements used in Java event handling. Identify the code statement that is used for handling an event. Button is equal to new J button reset. In polymorphism, data types are overridden. Dash understands the byte code. Java compiler understands byte code. Which of the following code statement is used to define a connection URL? Connection ABC equal to driver manager get connection con URL. ये इसका code है. Which of the following is a top level container? Dialog is a top level container. A variable declared as static in a class is a class variable. JDB CODB stand for Java database connectivity or open database connectivity. Dash is required in order to get an object from collection. Implicit casting in order to get an object from collection. Implicit casting. Choose the correct syntax to declare an object abstract Java class name person public abstract class person curly bracket. Which of the following is the correct statement for mouse click event in mouse listener interface? Public void mouse click mouse event me. All Java files in a directory are compiled using javec space static.java command in command prompt. In the context of socket programming, the client does not know about the host name of machine on the server in running. Pause. How many ports are available for TCP socket? 64K. Which of the following function will be used to register event handler with event generator, where event generator is button add action listener? Which of the following statement object is used to execute pre-compiled SQL statement? Prepared statement. There are 8 steps in order to communicate successfully with data. In given lines of code, out is static variable and show message dialog is static method. The class that handles mouse event needs to implement the corresponding interface to provide the definition. All of the methods. ये तीनों method, one method to result set provide various one भी नहीं होगा to all method होंगे इसमें ये जो result set provide various getters to retrieve data of the column. Following are the code statement used in Java event handling. B1 is equal to new J button OK. If a class implement interface, then a class must provide implementation of all methods of interface. The method random returns a positive double value greater than equal to 1 less than 0 false. Which of the following exception can be caught in throw class? Null pointer exception. The toString method is a string representation of object. What will happen if main code is declared private? None of the option. Which of the following stream is a node stream? Buffer reader. The server just waits listener to the socket for a client to make a connection true. Default result set object has a cursor that dash move forward only. Java core language is simpler than C++. Java does not handle exception by exception keyword नहीं होता. In Java, serializable interface can be found under java.io package. The result set is a type forward only, then it move the cursor to previous row if cursor is on the valid row. Acha. Which of the following statement is true regarding paint children method? It tells any component contained by the component to paint themselves. Telnet works on 23rd number port पे. Which of the following listener interface have adapter classes? Mouse listener, motion listener. Java compiler called JAVAC on Unix. Java language has a little worse performance than C++ because it uses built-in libraries. Which of the given listener interface is needed to handle mouse event mouse listener? In Java, transit fields are returned as null on reading true, which of the given listener interface is used to handle the key event key listener. An applet is a JFrame that allows interaction with the Java program false. Given code is showing the result addition of two integer type number. Choose correct output of the code. 7 ये इसमें कोड है, ये देखिए ये कोड, ये आउटपुट का कोड है 7 और आगे 7 प्लस 8 8 is 15. An applet is typically embedded in a web page and can be run from a browser. True. In Java, we can read write a network using socket false, which are the following statement attaches the output stream to console. File writer fw is equal to new file writer output dot. Java adapter classes have been defined by the following listener interface except item listener. In Java graphic, while painting a swing component, which of the following function is invoked first? Paint component. If the subclass overrides all the abstract methods of superclass, then the subclass is called concrete class. Which of the following command is used to invoke an applet from command line interpreter applet viewer HTML file? The classes which contain the word stream in their names are byte-oriented stream. Which of the following syntax is used to get database metadata? Database metadata is equal to md is equal to count.get metadata. In the context of graphic, most of the time painting is done automatically true. How many ports are available for UDP socket? 64K. Dash is the correct syntax to set size of top level container. 200 rows in pixel and 100 columns in. My frame dot set the 200 400. Int I is equal to int match that random static 5 will generate random numbers between 0 and 4. If you want the timer to fire only first time and then stop invoke set repeats. ये क्या होता है, ये इसमें नहीं होगा, सेट रिपीट्स नहीं होगा, सेट रिपीट्स को फॉल्स करना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, यानी कि रिपीटिंग को हमने ऑफ करना है, सिर्फ फर्स्ट टाइम वो फायर हो उसके बाद स्टॉप हो जाए, तो रिपीट्स को फॉल्स करेंगे यानी कि ऑफ कर देंगे. In results are metadata method dash method returns the selected column. Get column label. Which of the following method results are data method? all of तीनों ऑप्शन हैं. Get column count name display size. Which of the following method is used to release JDBC and JDBC sources? Close का method. Which of the following is the correct way to access write object function using out object? So out dot write object. In result set metadata method get column count method returns the number of columns. By implementing this interpreted class, it declares that it will be willing to read by automatic serialization machinery. The dash method returns true or false depending upon whether the next row next का जो method है वो returns true or false. The results are metadata method get column type int method returns the SQL. To compile test.java class command is used in Java. ये हो गया code javek space test.java. The given line of code will result in dash system dot यानी कि इसका output क्या होगी 5 plus 9 की 14. Which of the following is a DDL statement create जो है? The collection of API is defined in java.util. In Java, 3 types of statement objects are available for sending SQL queries to database. Which of the following command is used to compile Java code? javek space filename.java. Which of the given listener interface needed to handle action listener interface? Action listener. Timers are constructed by specifying both a delay parameter and action listener. All AWS swing components generate events. True. Which of the following operator is used to concatenate strings? Plus operator. DDL stands for Data Definition Language. AWT is a GUI package used in Java. AWT stands for Abstract Windowing Toolkit. Array list can be stored object of same types. Mouse motion event is generated when mouse is dragged. If there is no exception in the try nor, then the catch block never executes. DML stands for Data Manipulation Language. Which of the following statement regarding Java is false? Java program compiles into machine language. When there is a just one-time use of particular object in Java class, use एनोनिमस सब्जेक्ट। तो ये लास्ट था हमारा। ये जितने हमने तक 300 इस फाइल में किए हैं, दूसरी फाइल में 30 कोई 20-25 क्वेश्चन वहाँ से किए थे। तो ये बहुत काफ़ी आपकी मिड टर्म की तैयारी के लिए खुद पढ़ना और जो कोई बोल रहा है उसे सुनना, तो इसमें जो होते हैं लिसनिंग ज़्यादा, यानी कि आपकी जो होती है कैचिंग की सलाहियत ज़्यादा अच्छी होती है। तो वीडियो को लाइक करें, अगर पसंद आए तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें। थैंक यू वेरी मच, बेस्ट ऑफ लक।